Hello and welcome to today's video, and today I am discussing, is Albon about to be dropped by Red Bull? Well, I was discussing this with my mates earlier while we were in a party chat, because we go into a party chat during every race today, and that we agreed that today was one of Albon's weakest performances all year. I mean, if you exclude the performance at Monza where he finished pretty much stone dead last. But let's review this. Red Bull aren't exactly a team known for retaining drivers till the end of the season if they're just not cutting it with the team. They're very quick to cut a driver that just, for them, isn't cutting the mustard. And would it be fair to say that Albon isn't cutting it? I would strongly say yes. And I'm going to give my reasons here. First reason is this. Today's race, obviously, I mean, he drove catastrophically poor, you know. There's no excuse for some of the driving today. First off, you know, he flat-spotted his tyres, ended up having to pit. You know, fair dues, he makes that mistake. But then when he was racing Kvyat, he came across him, swiped off Kvyat's front wing, and as a result, cost Kvyat a chance of points. Also, he nearly went into Gasly and then complained that the drivers are racing him too hard. Alex, I hate to break this to you, but this is Formula 1. This is where the best drivers in the racing world come together. If you can't race as hard as them, you know, maybe you should consider your place in the sport. But we'll gloss over that. He drove a terrible race today, you know, and he, like I said, he collided with Kvyat, nearly collided with Gasly. You know, that's two of the sister cars that could have been gone. His performances throughout the season as well just haven't been particularly strong. Yeah, okay, you could argue, but he got that podium at Mugello. A podium which he had to fight for. And this is where my second argument comes in. Albon has produced some good recovery drives, but he always seems to end up putting himself in a position where he has to make recovery drives. You know, he always seems to be putting himself in places he shouldn't be. And it's not just with racing, it's also with wheel-to-wheel combat. A couple of times now we've seen Hamilton collide into him as a result of some very unusual car positioning by Albon. I mean, if you take Brazil as an example, where he pretty much left the door wide open and then took the apex of the corner just as Lewis is looking up the inside. You know, you can't. I would say that one was more of a racing incident, but we'll gloss over that. His performances this year as well just haven't been fantastic if you exclude Mugello. But again, he had to fight for that podium. He's in the second fastest car. He shouldn't be in a position where he's having to overtake cars to get there. Which is another point of mine. He is in the second fastest car, which means he should be comfortably fourth in the Drivers' Championship. As a result of his performances, Daniel Ricciardo is ahead of him in the championship. And another key driver that is ahead of him in the championship is Sergio Perez. Now, Sergio Perez has missed 2 races this season due to being ruled out of both Silverstone races with COVID-19. Yet Perez is still ahead of Albon in the standings. So, my friends then came to this discussion that we all thought that today was the final straw for Albon, and we're even anticipating perhaps a swap as soon as Portimao, which is the next race in 2 weeks' time. And another theory we have is that Albon, rather than being called in to retire with an issue, the team had just seen enough of Albon's antics today and decided to retire him. Now, this is all just opinion-based, obviously. You are all more than welcome to disagree with me and say, well, actually, no, but this, but that, but, you know, whatever. And I'm more than up for the debate. You know, I'm more than up for hearing your opinions, so please do drop them in the comments box below. But in my humble opinion, Albon, I've got to say, he's been one of the biggest disappointments this season. Like I said, it's the lack of performance, the lack of consistency, and the fact that he just seems to always be putting himself in positions he shouldn't be in, be it when in wheel-to-wheel combat, or in the race itself, where he is nowhere near where that car should be. So, there is that as well. And given the recent surge in form in Pierre Gasly, who in my opinion this year has been one of the most impressive drivers of the year, alongside Lewis and Daniel Ricciardo, who got a podium today, could this prompt a straight swap with Gasly being put back in the Red Bull as soon as Portimao? Well, me and my friends seem to think so. You know, we were discussing it earlier, me, Snake and Jake, and we agree that it could be a possibility. But guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Again, this is a bit of a hot topic, so I kind of wanted to get the F1 community's opinions on it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, really. You know, again, whatever your opinions are, drop them in the comments below. We're probably not all going to agree, but it is what it is. In my mind, Albon just hasn't been good enough. And perhaps, like with Gasly, could benefit from another season at AlphaTauri. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe I am being too harsh on him, you know. At the end of the day, this is a driver that is only in his second season in Formula 1. So, you know, maybe we are being too harsh on him. But, you know, that's just my opinion on it. Like, do let me know what yours are, though, in the comments box below. Thank you to anyone for watching. Until the next video, I have been Joe. Thank you, and goodbye.